Is this thing on? So this is the 4th year of #Tiara's Road to the Final Four. I have not done that well in the past. I had Duke winning in 2015 with 3 out of the 4 Final Four correct. But last year and the year before I had Kentucky winning, it didn't happen. So let's just get into it, okay? So Virginia and UMBC, I think I'm gonna go with UVA, pretty clear. I do like UMBC because they're cool. I normally would go with Creighton, but for some reason, I don't know if I'm just on that Bruce Weber train, but I'm going with Kansas State, which is, wow, not really a Tiara pick here, but it's getting saucy this year. I could see this one being a really close game. However, I'm going with Kentucky because for some reason I trust them a lot in the tournament. Arizona and Buffalo, hate the Pac-12, don't really like Arizona, but I'm gonna give them this first round. I'm giving it to Miami though. Also didn't really want to pick Tennessee because I just don't really think that they're that great, but they can get one because whatever. Texas, Nevada, we got an upset, people. Cincy and Georgia State. I could see Georgia State trying to come in and redo that upset Cinderella story that they had a couple years ago. And I'm not really sold on Cincy being a 2 seed. However, I usually like Cincy in the tournament. Let's see if they can handle being a pretty high seed. I usually don't like to believe in UVA, especially I believe their 6th man is out, DeAndre Hunter, with an injury. So I think that's gonna hurt them a little bit. However, I do think UVA is still pretty talented. I usually never give them credit, but I say they make it to the Sweet 16. Kentucky, baby. I just trust John Calipari more than I trust Sean Miller. I think that's a valid statement. I honestly don't think either of these teams are really that spectacular. But, I chose Miami. I am very, very hesitant to choose Cincy because usually when I choose them to go far, they don't. They are on a hot streak, and I like the way they play, I like their coach, so I'm going to give it to them. Okay, I don't know how this lighting looks. Okay, Nova. Virginia Tech and Alabama. I am a little more biased to Virginia Tech just because my friends went there, so shout out to you, you know who you are. But I think Alabama's on a really hot streak. Obviously they have Colin Sexton, so I'm giving it to the Tide. I'm giving it to West Virginia because I love Bob Huggins. I think that Wichita State is a fairly high seed. I think they always do well in the tournament. So I'm going to give it to them, but I don't know how easy that game will be for them. Ring the alarms because we got an upset alert. I'm going with the Bonnies. Texas Tech and SF Austin. I think it'd be cool to see them make a run. However, I'm going with Texas Tech even though I do not trust them. Butler, baby, upset city. I trust them in the tournament. Let's see what happens. Purdue and Cal State Fullerton. I want to shout out to my hood of Orange County. Congratulations to Cal State Fullerton. However, I'm giving it to Purdue. I did choose Nova because, I don't know, Nova and UVA in my Sweet 16 is so not like me, but I haven't been doing well in my bracket, so I'm trying something different. I did go with West Virginia. I actually would really love St. Bonaventure to be my Cinderella team, and I chose them in my bracket originally. However, I chose Texas Tech just because, I don't know, I had some weird feeling about it, but I could see St. Bonaventure being my Cinderella, I hate this pick. Alright, hear me out. I love Purdue. I think they are extremely talented. I think they deserve the 2 seed, whatever, great team. But they let me down in every single tournament. The Big Ten tournament, the NCAA tournament. I had to go with Butler. I don't know. It's like an interstate kind of rivalry thing going on here, and Purdue just chokes. But I'd love for them to prove me wrong. Go ahead. Maybe me not choosing them will make them actually go far. Hey, so we're on the floor now because this is the only setup that worked. So as I'm filming this, I actually don't know the winner of NC Central and Texas Southern. I'm giving this game to Xavier anyways. I actually really love them, and I chose them to go to the Elite Eight last year, which was a nice little Cinderella upset run. But I feel like they're very similar to my school, as where they're more of an underdog team. So I'm very curious as to how they'll handle this 1 seed. We'll see. I was actually really hesitant to choose Mizzou because they do have that kid with the DUI or whatever. And I know that they're gonna, I think, rely heavily on a walk-on. So that made me a little bit nervous, and originally I didn't want to choose them, but I also don't really have a whole lot of faith in Florida State. So I went with Mizzou and hoping like walk-on can shine. A lot of people really think this is going to be a tough one for Ohio State, and I think it can be because South Dakota State's not their first time in the tournament. They kind of know this thing. But I really truly do love Ohio State. I love the way they play. I think they have such great team chemistry. Like on and off the court, you just know that they support each other. So I'm going with Ohio State, and I'm gonna stop gushing about them. But I don't really like Gonzaga, but I went with them. Houston and San Diego State. This is actually one of the first round matchups I'm looking forward to the most because both teams just went buck wild in the tournaments, and it was really, really exciting to watch both of these teams in their tournaments. For some reason, San Diego State was just calling to me, and I'm going with Michigan just because they are on a hot streak from winning the tournament, going back to back. Charles Matthews is just like my favorite. I hate them, but I love Charles Matthews. I'm going with Providence, baby. UNC. Between Xavier and Mizzou, I still went with Xavier. It's probably going to be the Zags, but I am so Big Ten biased. When did I become this person? I'm giving it to Ohio State. Kada, come on, dude. I'm going with Michigan. I would love to see Providence win this game, honestly, but I did choose UNC because I am a sellout. Kansas and Penn, I chose Kansas. What a great matchup. Great tournament teams. But you know what? And I said this about NC State a few years ago when they were a 9, and I forget who was an 8, but I was like, oh, it's LSU. And I said, if NC State wins this game, they will beat Nova. And they did. So you know what? I'm putting my trust in the Wolfpack. But I'm going with New Mexico State. I just trust them a little bit more in the tournament. Auburn, Charleston. This one was really weird. I'm going with Charleston. I just think that'd be a fun upset. Don't you think? TCU, and again, I don't know the winner of ASU Syracuse. It's probably going on like now or soon. I feel like either team who wins this game is gonna beat TCU. I'm kind of thinking Cuse. And if they lose, then I'm cutting that out of the tape. Michigan State and Buck Nasty. They got a great team, but this is my squad, and I'm hoping we can win first round. Would be really cool for Rhode Island to win, because I don't think Oklahoma truly deserves to be here. But I'm choosing Oklahoma mainly because I feel like they have a pretty good chance of beating Duke. NC State, baby. New Mexico State and Charleston, I'm going with New Mexico State, giving them a little bit of a run. Yeah, if it's Cuse, I don't really know, but I'm going with Michigan State. This is the most ridiculous bracket I might have ever done. I'm going with Oklahoma over Duke. How you like that, Grayson?